So you think you want superpowers? Before you go wishing for X-ray vision or the ability to fly, let me hit you with some uncomfortable truth. The laws of physics are not your friends here, and evolution definitely did not account for you trying to shoot lasers out of your eyeballs. But here's the thing. If humans actually developed superpowers, the results would be way weirder and way more catastrophic than any comic book ever showed you. Let us break down what would really happen if you woke up tomorrow with abilities that defy the basic rules of biology and physics. Because, spoiler alert, it's not going to be as cool as you think. Let's start with super strength. The most popular fantasy. If you suddenly gained the ability to lift a car, your bones would shatter like bread. Human bone density, muscle attachment points, and skeletal structure evolved for a very specific range of forces. The world's strongest man, Eddie Hall, can deadlift about 500 kilograms, and that's already pushing the absolute limit of what human anatomy can handle without serious injury. Now imagine trying to lift 2,000 kilograms like Superman. Your femur would snap, your spine would compress into dust, and your tendons would literally rip off your bones. Evolution spent millions of years calibrating our musculoskeletal system for endurance and versatility. Not for flippin' buses. You'd need an entirely different skeletal composition, probably something closer to the mineral structure found in mantis shrimp, whose clubs can strike with the force of a bullet without shattering. Now, let's talk about flight, because apparently everyone wants to cosplay as a bird. The human body weighs on average between 60 to 80 kilograms, and to achieve sustained flight, you would need wings with a surface area of roughly 6.7 square meters per person. According to biomechanical models based on bird flight dynamics, that's wings bigger than your entire body. And they need to be attached to a completely restructured torso with a massive keel-like sternum for the flight muscles to anchor to. Oh! And those muscles, they'd need to be about 20% of your total body mass, just like in birds. You'd be a hunchbacked, hollow-boned freak who can barely walk, but sure, you can fly to the grocery store, not to mention the caloric requirements. Hummingbirds consume up to twice their body weight in nectar daily just to maintain flight. You'd be eating 140 kilograms of food a day. Hope you like meal prep. Let's get spicy with laser vision or energy projection. A classic superhero move. Generating enough energy to shoot a beam capable of cutting through steel would require you to produce at least 10,000 watts of power, which is about the same as a high-powered industrial laser. The human body produces around 100 watts at rest, so where exactly is this energy coming from? Even if we handwave the energy source, the heat dissipation problem is insurmountable. Your eyeballs would literally cook themselves from the inside out. Lasers generate immense thermal energy, and your squishy, water-filled eyes are not equipped with cooling systems. You'd go blind in seconds, and that's if your head doesn't just catch fire first. The only way this works is if you have some kind of biological heat sink or superconducting tissue, neither of which exists in any known organism on Earth. Invisibility sounds awesome until you realize it would make you completely blind. Vision works because light hits your retina. But if your body is invisible, light passes right through you, including through your eyes. No light absorption means no vision. You'd be stumbling around in total darkness, bumping into things like the world's worst spy. Some animals, like glass frogs, achieve partial transparency, but they're small, slow, and definitely not running covert ops. There's also the minor issue of your digestive system. Unless your breakfast is also invisible, people are going to see a floating sandwich moving through your translucent torso, which is both horrifying and hilarious. Thermodynamics also says you'd have a heat signature, so anyone with a thermal camera would spot you instantly. Congrats, you're useless. Here's the bottom line. If humans actually had superpowers, we'd either die immediately from the biological consequences, or we'd have to be so anatomically different that we wouldn't really be human anymore. Evolution is a slow, conservative process that builds on existing structures and retrofitting superpowers onto a standard. Human body is like trying to turn a bicycle into a fighter jet by duct taping on some wings. The laws of thermodynamics, material science, and basic physics are not optional. So next time you daydream about having powers, Just remember that the most realistic superpower is actually just being really good at something through years of practice and discipline. Boring. Yes. Deadly. No. And honestly, that's a pretty super